Imagine that you wake beside a dying fire, screaming before your mind understands why. Around you, the forest is black, your people sleep, and something moves beyond the trees. The nightmare ended, but the ancient world gives no proof that danger is gone. Today, a bad dream means clean water, soft light, and a locked bedroom door. For ancient humans, waking up meant checking whether the nightmare followed them outside into darkness. They had no doctors explaining the brain, no books naming fear, no safe routine. There was only cold ground, smoke in the throat, and darkness pressing closer around. So the real question is not why ancient people feared their nightmares at night. It is how they survived when dreams and danger looked almost exactly alike at night. But the strangest part begins later, when fear stops being private and becomes useful. An ancient nightmare did not feel like imagination hiding inside the sleeping mind at all. It could feel like a visitor arriving from darkness with a warning for everyone. A dead brother might appear near the forest edge, silent beneath pale moonlight again. At sunrise, nobody asked what part of the brain produced that terrifying image inside. They asked why the dead brother returned and what message he carried back tonight. In a world of signs, dreams became tracks left by invisible feet inside the mind. Mud held footprints, branches held warnings, and silent birds meant something was near again. So a nightmare became evidence, not of truth, but of possible danger nearby tonight. And here, everything becomes frightening, because a terrified brain may keep people alive longer. By day, a hunter saw fresh claw marks beside the cold water hole again nearby. By night, he dreamed those claws opened his chest beneath the same stars again. By day, a mother lost sight of her child for one breath near camp. By night, she saw that child vanish into trees that swallowed every name forever. The dream hurt, but the pain forced danger deeper into human memory forever afterward. Modern nightmares chase us with deadlines, rejection, failure, and messages left unanswered while sleeping. Ancient nightmares chase people with teeth, hunger, disease, darkness, and approaching strangers near campfires. The shapes are different, but the body's alarm is older than language inside us. But this is only half the story, because sleep itself was dangerous for everyone. During daylight, a human could run, throw, shout, hide, or hold a spear against danger. At night, the body became still, soft, blind, and almost completely defenseless beneath stars. Every sleeping person needed the fire, the group, and the ears of others nearby. Even asleep, part of the mind stayed awake, listening for broken twigs and danger. That is why a tiny sound could rip someone from a dream at once. The heart raced before the eyes understood whether the threat was real or imagined. The nightmare did not end at waking. The body kept preparing to run outside. Now imagine the worst possible moment, waking terrified, but unable to move in darkness. Your chest feels crushed, your breath breaks, and the darkness seems suddenly occupied around you. Today, we might call this sleep paralysis, a strange border between states inside sleep. Ancient humans had no such words, so the terror needed another shape for it. Maybe a spirit sat on the chest, pressing life back into darkness that night. Maybe a shadow entered the shelter, carrying the breath of the dead inside tonight. Maybe the nightmare was not inside him, but standing beside the fire nearby watching. In the morning, he told the others exactly where the presence had stood silently. Nobody laughed quickly, because ignoring fear could mean ignoring a real warning for everyone. If one person dreamed of the river, the group might avoid that river tonight. If a child dreamed of eyes outside camp, adults might feed the fire again. If an elder dreamed of sickness, the group might leave before bodies weakened too soon. And this changed everything, because nightmares became decisions, not just private suffering inside camp. The dream might be false, but caution could still save real lives tomorrow nearby. Fear turned into movement, movement into rules, and rules into survival habits over time. Do not sleep facing the forest, because eyes cannot watch behind you at night. Do not let the fire shrink, because darkness always returns hungry near camp again. Do not mock the dead, because memory can punish the careless in dreams again. Do not ignore a dream before hunting, because fear may notice patterns near water. Some rules were superstition, but some were ancient risk management in disguise long ago. But the strangest part begins later, when nightmares start creating invisible enemies inside sleep. Animals leave tracks, enemies leave faces, storms leave broken branches after passing behind them. But a shadow inside a dream leaves nothing except terror and questions after waking. So the ancient mind searched for a cause hidden behind the image in darkness. If wind moves leaves, something unseen must also move the dream at night too. If sickness enters bodies, maybe spirits enter sleep through the night from outside too. That is how fear received names, faces, and places around the fire together forever. A shadow became a spirit, and a dead voice became a message at night. The night filled with presences that no eye could prove or dismiss completely alone. Belief grew stronger when the nightmare returned again, with sweat and shaking inside him. To the dreamer, it was not fiction. It was something truly lived inside sleep. But this is only half the story, because nightmares also connected people around camp. A crying child woke, and a mother pulled him close without words at once. An elder remembered this same darkness and made the child less alone that night. A hunter added wood to the fire, turning fear into protection that night carefully. Someone sang softly, someone traced a mark, someone whispered an ancestor's name near the fire. The nightmare became a ritual, and ritual turned panic into shared order for everyone. Because fear without meaning is heavier than fear carried inside a story by people. If a nightmare can be told, it becomes smaller around the fire at night. Here is the real climax of the story. Nightmares may have built culture itself. Before writing, temples, science, or books, humans were explaining the invisible around fires together. One person woke shaking and said, "I saw something in the dark again nearby." Others imagined it, feared it, remembered it, and carried it forward to generations afterward. A private dream became a shared warning, then a myth, then a rule for children. Modern nightmares still wear ancient bones beneath their new costumes and rooms inside them. We dream of falling, failing, being chased, abandoned, or trapped without help at night. Our apartments are modern, but the nervous system still sleeps near fire inside us. When you wake sweating, an ancient guard may be opening your eyes from darkness. The oldest nightmare was not humanity's enemy, but its first dark teacher at night.